Yo, welcome to Spectator Sporting. I'm Zach Roach, along with my partner, Mr. Adi Wally. We got a big show for y'all today. We talking some lightweight division boxing. And once again, if we are talking boxing, we got Burn in the building with us. We got T.I.M E, boxing experts to help us out. Let's get to it. So, it's a little beef going on right now. What's beef?
Oh boy.
Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson. There's been a lot of back and forth online. When is these guys gonna fight?
I love it.
But it's some startling revelations that just came out. Tia, let's get into it. What's going on with this Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson beef?
Well, first and foremost, let me get a shout out to my compadre Byron over here. He gave me some information, man, and I was just missing the whole boat on this. Apparently, they are terrified of Shakur Stevenson. Apparently, and if you go back and watch previous shows, I have said what I'm about to say now. Apparently, he is the boogeyman at 135 without having a fight in the division.
Dang.
Apparently, not only Devin Haney, but Tank Davis for another time. I think the beef is the fact that Shakur is not afraid, period.
Yeah.
And he wears his heart on his sleeve. He's that type of guy. And as a fighter, I think he's a transformative, like, generational type of fighter. That's just my opinion. I'm one dude, you know.
Right.
The beef is a little bit uncomfortable because I think fear is evident. I just do. Shakur Stevenson was about to be made a mandatory for Devin Haney. Coincidentally, right after the news broke that he was about to get made a mandatory, Devin Haney announced he was going to 140.
He said, look, get out of this situation.
Yeah, let me get out the jam. Y'all got jelly.
Right.
And I got jam.
Right.
So he's trying to get out the jam.
Right.
As a boxing fan, loving the sport, I just don't get it. I'm an old school dude. I feel like in your division, you cannot say you're the best until you fight the best. Period. Now, if it's a dude with only 7 fights, we got a conversation.
Yeah.
I get it. You gotta earn your stripes. I get that. Shakur Stevenson has earned every stripe.
Mm-hmm.
He is renowned as like the next thing. And I think Devin Haney knows that. And because Devin Haney is undisputed, because Devin Haney looked as sharp as he did against Lomachenko, and he looked sharp. The sharpest I've ever seen Devin Haney was against Lomachenko. Whether you think he won or lost, I think he won. I think it was definitely a competitive, close fight, but I think he won. That's the sharpest he's ever looked. That's not going to be enough for Shakur.
Okay.
His style is, it's hard to explain. It's technical, it's herky-jerky, it's unorthodox, it's bounce, it's movement, it's instinct, but it's power. I just think they need to fight, man. I mean, I could go on a long soliloquy about, hey, this guy did this or this guy didn't do that. They just need to fight. I think these guys are afraid of Shakur. I think they fear what they know his talent lends that he can be. And I think it's evident that he is soon to be the face of boxing. And they know it. Shakur, you heard me. Shakur Stevenson is soon to be the face of boxing. Not a division
Okay.
of the sport.
Wow.
Damn. Okay.
That's what I think of the beef.
Yeah. So Devin Haney, he might be thinking he doing the best thing for his career and staying out the face of boxing's way. Because you know if he takes that fight and he loses, then everything changes.
Oh boy.
Maybe that's what's going through his mind. Brian, what's your take on this beef between these two boxers?
They are turning one of the better divisions in boxing
Upside down.
outside of 147
Upside down.
into General Hospital. I don't watch the soaps. I don't care. I really do feel like Shakur Stevenson should have called the bluff of Devin Haney, and I guarantee you it was a bluff when he offered him 25% of a fight. If he would have took it, he would have still said no. And that is because, like I've alluded to before, I've actually said it before, Devin Haney is the new Floyd Mayweather of this generation. And as much as you hate it, as much as you don't like it, he is going to be very successful at what he does because he chooses a path that he will always be successful.
Yes, sir. I agree.
And the percentages of him being unsuccessful will be relatively low. There is no reason for him to fight Shakur Stevenson at 125.
Shame.
And it's the same reason why Canelo moved up to the division of 168 when he was being challenged at middleweight. You go to the division where you have the least opposition. And there's much too much opposition at 135 for Devin Haney. So he is going to take a very, very great performance with Lomachenko, and he's going to use that to guarantee basically a pick of his champions at 140. Now, Shakur Stevenson needs to humble himself. And he needs to humble himself and understand that you are, even though while on paper, you are being touted as the best fighter at 135, you gotta fight a fight at 135.
Indeed.
And it's not about using your status or the fact that boxing analytics gurus are talking about you, but you have to get these guys in the ring. You have to get them in front of you. And even if it's the road less traveled, you have to look at your mentor, Terrence Crawford, and kind of see the path that he took.
Right.
And you got to beat the guys that nobody wants to fight.
Good point.
And that means you have to sometimes take a hit on the money, and that's the part of this that I don't like, because here we are working guys, using our charged opinions and putting them on guys who basically put their souls in this. I respect the fighters. And so when a fighter says, I don't want to fight this fight because it's not financially profitable to me, I understand it. There's no argument for me.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we've been listening to this for 7 months, and there's no fight made. So I don't give a damn about this beef. I don't give a damn about chasing Devin Haney, because the thing is, what we're seeing is Devin Haney is Floyd Mayweather and Shakur Stevenson is Manny Pacquiao. And I really feel like Devin Haney can't run where Shakur Stevenson can't catch him. He can even go to 147, but Shakur Stevenson should go right behind him. And I feel like Shakur Stevenson needs to dominate this division. And to start off by dominating this division, get a fight.
Right.
Get Pitbull Cruz.
True.
Get a fight. Dominate that person and put the fear of God in them and let them know this, so the people can see this is why you're running for me. It's not because of what I'm saying. It's not because of what I'm saying and because I'm a protege of Terrence Crawford, but they're running for me because I can dominate this whole division just like this.
Yeah, definitely. You make a good point there. Stop focusing. So basically, you're saying stop focusing on Haney so much and go ahead and just get in the ring.
Yes.
But Pitbull did decline a contract.
He did. He's the boogeyman.
And that's the. I'm glad you brought that. That's the fight that he should have.
Yeah.
Well, he need to fight somebody, because the more fights you get, the more your resume get built up, the more pressure is gonna go on Haney. And be like, you can't keep dodging this kid. You can't keep dodging. All right, what's your thoughts on this beef? Is it beef? Is it worth even discussing? I mean, what's your thoughts on this?
Well, you know what, Shakur said that the 135-pound division is overrated because the top guys talk big, but they never fight each other.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, and Shakur Stevenson is one of the few superstar boxers who's actually being pragmatic about trying to fight the best, trying to make the best fights happen. And it's refreshing to see a boxer who's behind the scenes that's actually calling out this ducking shit, okay?
Yeah.
So, I mean, first, Bill Haney, Devin Haney's camp, they offered Shakur a very low ball, 25% of the purse that Bill Haney knew that Shakur was going to decline. And then at WBC, they made Shakur Stevenson the mandatory challenger to Devin Haney, and it gave Haney an ultimatum, either defend your titles against Shakur or move up to the junior welterweight division and fight Regis Prograis for his belt. And we see what he's doing. He ran the Prograis, okay? And so, I mean, that infuriated Shakur. He was irritated by that because that was going to be a big, huge payday. He should calm down, like Byron said. He's only like 26 years old. It's going to come. But he was really pissed off, which caused him to leak out that Bill Haney quote saying, if it's too hot, we already ready to move up to 140. And somebody leaked the video out, you know, about Bill Haney running from him and everything.
It was true talk.
Yeah.
It was true talk, but I don't think he should have leaked that. Like, you know, because that's...
It was weak to leak it, but he wasn't lying.
He's a young dude, too. He's a young dude, too. So, and he was in his feelings, so...
Yeah, like, you can't let your emotions get the best
That's
of you.
why this man is called the architect.
But see, now Shakur will be fighting for Devin Haney's vacated WBC belt. He's going to be going against a 23-year-old guy from Dominican Republic, Edwin De Los Santos. So he should, you know, he's a hungry guy. He's going to fight whoever. He only got 16 fights. He's 23, but like I said, Devin Haney, he's still pissed off. He's going to take his pissed offness on get De Los Santos in next month. But, you know, that's the beef. That's why he's pissed off, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I'm with y'all. I like what Brian said. Forget about the beef. You know, you can only control what you can control. Yeah. Stevenson, go ahead. You have to suck it up and fight a couple fights. The big fight will come. If like T.I.M.E said, he's going to be the face of boxing. Just stay with the program. I don't like the leaking stuff because it kind of makes you look weak. Now if you're in contract negotiations and if it don't go right with boxers, am I gonna have to worry about you leaking some stuff? Like that's things you gotta. He a young boy. I know, not a young boy. He a young boy. You gotta understand that. Even though we might all think that Haney is dodging him, but be careful about how you put information out there because that might have killed you from getting the fight.
True.
That might have killed everything about because Haney might have been like. You might have kept talking and he might have, you know what, let me just fight this mug. I'm tired of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Now you might have killed that.
Good point. I think he was just trying to prove to the fans that he not the one.
Okay, he don't have it. He don't have to prove nothing.
Because our voice is the loudest. Our voice is the loudest.
We all saying it. We saying it for him. He don't have to prove nothing. So I just think, just be careful because at the end of the day, Haney is still a professional fighter. And then you put information out like that in the secret conversation, I don't know. That's just, you got to be mindful of that, you know, especially in this business.
Yes, sir.
So should Haney stay at junior welterweight after this Regis Prograis fight, Byron? What you think?
Yeah. I mean, there's no point for him to go back to 135. There's no point. You look at the champions at 140, and you laugh. The only thing up there is Teofimo Lopez. That's it. But like I said,
you don't like Josh?
You have to watch. I mean, Josh got re-rocked.
Of course he.
You have to go back to what I said. And what I said was Devin Haney is the reincarnation of Floyd Money Mayweather. And looking at this fight, I swear, after I was looking at, you know, when we get sent out the notes and what we want to talk about, I immediately went back to Floyd Mayweather's insurrection of the welterweight division. And first fight he fought at welterweight was Zab Judah. And after he beat Zab Judah, he was called out by the then undefeated welterweight champion. You know who that was? That was the undefeated Puerto Rican Miguel Cotto. And he ain't want no smoke with Miguel Cotto.
Which might have been smart.
So he fought Baldomir. Baldomir, who was a flat-footed, I believe an Argentinian, who he fought in a 12-round boar fest.
Is that the dude from Harry Potter?
and he outpointed him, and he laid claim to the 140-pound division because he took a belt from Zab Judah that nobody cared about, and he took another belt from Baldomir. And I'm telling people that this is who Devin Haney is. He looks at Regis Poirier and he says, you are a flat-footed brawler who I can easily outpoint. I'm faster than you. I box better than you. Why would he leave the 140-pound division to go fight a fight that he could possibly lose? He doesn't. He will stay at this weight because before Rolly Romero has a belt.
What are we doing
Rolly
here?
Romero has a belt at 140.
Blasphemous.
This is going to be belt season, because right now the theme of boxing is what? Undisputed champions. So you go, it's like lions that go after antelope.
Yes,
you
sir.
pick the weakest one.
Weakest link.
And you take it from them, and then you go up the line. And what you do is, you get 3 belts in a division, and guess what? Now, you have the bargaining power. Now, you can look at Teofimo Lopez and say, hey, 75-25. You could get disrespectful.
Yeah, I agree.
Because you're already an undisputed champion. You're not challenging yourself. You're not challenging yourself, but you have the most belts. And that's why I hate Floyd Mayweather. And we'll talk about that on a different show.
We have.
But he has created this culture to where you seek out the route that makes you valid when it comes to being a champion, but is the least opposition path taken to an undisputed status.
I agree.
It's trash. We don't like it. But it's nothing you can do about it, because he showed you the blueprint and said, this is how you do it. And Devin Haney is a master of the CompuBox. And I'm telling you, Devin Haney is going to revel in people hating him and making him the bad guy, and because people are going to pay to see him lose. So everyone that wants smoke with Devin Haney, understand that you're not going to get smoke with him until he's ready to put you out. And that's just what it is. Even if you feel like you can beat him, and probably right now, Shakur Stevenson can beat Devin Haney. But what about 8 years from now? Because he has to take a different path.
True.
He got to get beat up. Like Manny Pacquiao, before he got to Floyd Mayweather, he had to go through wars.
That's true.
He's a different fighter.
That's true.
And he's going to fight you when he wants to fight you.
That's true.
That's what I'm saying. Don't chase that dragon, because you ain't going to never catch it.
Don't chase the dragon.
That closest for you.
Dragon, Devin the Dragon.
Yeah, no, don't chase the dragon.
He's the dragon.
Dragon.
You agree? Are you with Byron on this? Should he stay in this division after this fight?
Well, first, Devin Haney has got to beat Regis Prograis, okay? He's bigger and has more power than Devin Haney's previous opponents in Kambosos and Lomachenko.
Yes.
And now Prograis has knocked out his opponents in 5 consecutive fights.
Okay.
Four of those fights he won by knockout. And in his last fight, he won by split decision over Zorilla, but he did knock him down in the 3rd round with a powerful left hand. But I got Devin Haney winning this fight, okay?
Yes.
Mainly because of his 71-inch reach advantage versus Prograis' 67-inch reach. Josh Taylor already beat him, okay, and he was a taller fighter, had a longer reach and everything. And so, yeah, I just feel like the Zorilla fight was a close fight, okay? So Devin Haney, he's going to control the distance of this fight. Rougarou, his best chance to win this fight is making it a brawl, mucking it up like Sean Porter be doing. You know what I'm saying? Going in and just, and just
make it ugly.
Make it on the inside.
Make it ugly.
He doesn't think too much.
He loads up on his shots, and it's just, if you look at it, if you look at at his last fights, not to cut Adi off, but that split decision loss, it's just he loads up. He's a very exciting fighter once he gets on the inside, but it's just somebody that's versed in the sweet science will have a field day. Yeah. And I think Devin Haney is going to have a field day.
I think, he's going to win. I got Haney win that fight, and I'll be shocked if Devin Haney goes back to 135 after this Prograis fight, okay? Because Shakur, he's going to have that WBC belt, okay? Yeah. Tank Davis is still lurking around and everything.
Oh boy.
Lomachenko, he clearly doesn't want a rematch with Lomachenko. But, if Devin Haney stays at 140, like Byron already brought it up, the unretired takeover, Teofimo Lopez, he's coming off a very sharp and excellent performance against Josh Taylor.
We never know.
I mean,
we never know.
He whooped his ass, you know what I'm saying?
We never know what he's going to be.
Yeah, he looked sharp in that last fight. If
he looked really sharp. He looked like Lomachenko, T.I.M.E.
Yes, and so that would be a very good. And Teofimo Lopez has been talking a lot of shit about Devin Haney in the last few years. It's very entertaining when he's getting interviewed. So, but Teofimo might jump up to 147. We'll see, but. beware of Teofimo.
I think he stays for that fight. I think Teofimo stays for that fight. If he,
I think his
and the thing is, I think that's a fight that's needed for Devin Haney. So if you fit into his realm of what he's trying to do, and that is stack this undisputed champion status, the bullseye's on you. Yeah. But I mean, you just have to watch his path, and that's the thing. His path is not one that is a lot of trouble.
It's carefully picked.
He's not going to be challenged. He's going to get comfortable with the weight. He's going to get comfortable with the power, and I think that's this first fight. He's going to get comfortable with the power, and once he get it, and if he dominates this fight, I mean, I'm not looking at that Lopez fight like that's something that he should be scared of. I think he got more things that's scared of behind him at 135.
Right.
And that's the God honest truth. Yeah. I think he's more scared of 135 than he is at 140.
So from a fighting perspective and a business perspective, it don't make sense for him to go back.
No.
And if you, as boxing fans, as purists as Byron and T.I.M E there, y'all want, and we would love to see Stevenson and Haney go right now. But from a business point of view, and for his personal goals in his career, it sounds like the best decision is for him to keep moving up and don't look back.
Stay away. Stay away.
So, T.I.M E, any thoughts on this? Are you with Byron and Nadi on this as far as after this fight with Prograis? Prograis. Sorry. Rougarou.
This is again, people. This is why he's an architect. I don't even know how to pronounce what he just said. It's so wild, it's lovely. Yeah. I'm 1,000,000% on what they're saying. Like, I love the point, Byron, that you made about Shakur. Maybe shutting the hell up. Maybe just shut the hell up. You haven't had a fight, and I'm one of his biggest supporters. We all are some of his biggest supporters, as well as Devin Haney. We love the fight game, or else you wouldn't see us right here, right now. Shakur might need to just calm down. Haney, I also agree with you with that as well. He is kind of taking the exact Mayweather model. And I'm not mad at you for that, Devo, Cuzzo, if you're watching, if you're listening, do what you do. But I think what Mayweather doesn't get any credit for, at some points he did fight some dudes. You know what I'm saying? He did. He knew he had to. If you're going to follow the blueprint, follow it.
Yeah, completely, 100%.
You have to fight somebody. You have to fight somebody with significance. You have to fight somebody to where they say, man, I don't know.
Right.
You need a man, I don't know fight.
Yeah.
You need that, bro.
Yeah.
So I agree with the architect. I agree with Big B. I agree with all of this, but it's like, stop being scared of Shakur. Like, that's what I really want to say. Yeah. The man just moved from 130 to 135, and you're terrified, and he hasn't had one fight.
Well, he beat Yoshino. I mean, we can count that. That was.
Oh, we can? Oh. Okay. He said we can count it. Y'all heard that.
But when I say that, he hasn't beaten anyone relevant in 135.
Right. So it's like, dog, just.
You gotta get somebody on.
Yeah, you gotta get somebody.
Shakur, right? Back on Shakur. Get somebody under your belt. Get multiple fights. Remember, when Terrence Crawford moved from 140 to 147, if I'm not mistaken, the belt holders were Errol Spence, Kell Brook, and I want to say Sean Porter.
Yeah, Sean Porter had a belt.
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah.
I don't know who had the fourth, but those were the three belt holders that all said you weren't ready. We knew Terrence Crawford was ready.
Right. And he had to. That's the thing. He had
to prove his point.
He had to wait till Spence beat them. And it's the same as the Floyd Mayweather Manny.
And you
might have to wait until he beats them.
I agree, and that's why I brought it up.
You have to beat them better.
That's why I brought it up. We saw the conversation that they had backstage, back in the, back in the scenes We saw the conversation they had where they were talking about, well, when I fought Kell Brook, this happened. Well, when I fought this fighter, this happened.
He should be pushing him.
I agree with Byron. Follow Devin Haney. Fight every fighter he fights.
He should be pushing the fight with Lomo right now.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be asking for nobody else but Lomachenko. That's it.
Good point.
Whatever you want, Lomo, if you want,
I like that.
If you want
That's hard.
75,
That's
25,
hard.
you
That's hard.
the gatekeeper, hey, get it.
Loma turned him down too. So.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
But we don't know what it was
Again,
for.
Right.
We
This
don't
is
know
why
if it
this
was
man
money.
is the architect.
We don't know if it was money. We don't know if it was. My thing is, if you offer these guys something lucrative, they're gonna take it, and that's
throw a couple carrots.
And
Not
with
just
them
one.
is you have to understand that this is the realm of boxing now, and
Yes.
we can hate it, we can not
Yes.
like it, but for
It's
me,
not 90s.
I'm getting to the point where I'm tired of arguing with y'all stands in the comments. I'm tired of arguing.
No,
Like,
keep arguing on Spectator
I'm gonna
Sporting,
continue to do it, but
keep it coming.
but the thing is, we're arguing
At
against
me.
we're arguing against
At
what used to be and what is, and this is what it is.
True.
Yeah.
And what it is these fighters, as soon as you get to mentioning their name on social media more than once, that they feel like they have some type of, I should get more of this purse.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if you
Entitlement.
know you're better, you have just look at your protege. Look who you're the protege of.
Relinquish
Terrence
some of that.
Crawford knew he was better. He knew he was better.
He went for
He
whatever
fighting
fight.
on ESPN, they fighting on pay-per-view. They fighting Boarfest, he knocking people out.
Yes,
he
sir.
knew he was better.
He knocked out
The thing
everybody.
is, you had to at some point humble yourself. And I feel like Shakur is he's in a way better position because he's much more known than Terrence Crawford was back in the day. At 26, he's much more known. People know who he is.
For sure.
And my thing is, you go to Lomachenko
sure.
and you humble yourself, and yeah, you might get the Devin Haney money, but you put him on your resume. You dominate him at 135.
That's a huge-
You can look at Tank and be like, nah, what you gonna offer me to fight me? Because I didn't beat somebody way more relevant in the division than you. The biggest name you got is Ryan Garcia.
Oh, God.
That's his biggest name.
Sure.
Outside of Pitbull, because
and we didn't know who Pitbull
right,
was
that's the
before
thing.
the
A lot of fans don't know who boxing purists know who Pitbull Cruz is.
True.
But a lot of you fans don't know who he is. But he fought that fight with him, and it was his most competitive fight.
Good point.
12-round fight. And a lot of people said that he lost that fight. He didn't, but a lot of people said he did.
Yeah,
and so the thing is, you have to get the fight. And so if I'm in his camp, I'm like, look, get the fight, bro.
All right, so real quick, T.I.M., give me just a couple of lightweight other fighters in this division that we should look out for, real quick.
We already know about Frank Martin. No. Keyshawn Davis.
Okay.
Keyshawn Davis is real. It's a real dude. He's a real fighter. Lightweight. He's 4 or 5 more fights. I think he's ready to contend for whatever title. And you hearing it right now. In 3 fights, he should be ready to contend for whatever title. Keyshawn Davis. Not Frank Martin. Keyshawn Davis.
Okay, Adi, same quick question. Lightweight. Who you looking at that?
Williams Zepeda, I mean, he throws 100 punches per round. He's
Nice.
28-0, 24
Nice.
knockouts. He loves to brawl. He's a golden boy. He's on the golden boy and everything. So he's coming up. He's a beast.
What about you, Byron?
Zepeda, he stole my notes. But if you look at the show,
Nice.
I actually mentioned Zepeda before when we talked about lightweights. Zepeda is a monster in the division, and he's someone that I feel like Shakur Stevenson could target. Like, you can get that going, and that'd be a great name to put on your resume. Great fight.
Okay.
Can I say one? Now, Frank Martin, I feel like Derrick James got too many people in his stable. I think Frank Martin needs a break from Derrick James because he's got too many people, so he needs more focus and everything. But Frank Martin, he got a lot of potential.
He does.
Yeah.
Definitely. All right, y'all been watching Spectator Sporting. I'm Zach Roach, along with my partner, Mr. Adi Wally. I want to give a shout out to our boxing gurus, Mr. T.I.M., Mr. Burns, schooling us all the time. Make sure y'all go on Spectator Sporting, subscribe to the page. We out. Peace.
Appreciate y'all.